Well, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Another day, another video on a dunce, I guess, as it were. It's really unfortunate that someone like Whoopie Goldberg persistently chimes in on these kind of events, having consistently proven that she is a dunce, has no concept of anything, and yet chimes in on what she deems to be the racist backlash for House of Dragon and Rings of Power. Essentially just jumping on the bandwagon of haterade or whatever. I don't know what you even want to call it, but I mean, it's just nonsense. And again, like I say, once again, proving that she is a dunce. Made ridiculous comments where she had to leave the show for a little while. Long gone are the days of Whoopi Goldberg being somewhat entertaining in any capacity. She's just a screaming, bleating fool these days. And it's just kind of sad, really. You know, this is someone who has, I guess, quintessentially drank her own Kool-Aid. This is the epitome of that, basically. So Whoopi Goldberg is slamming trolls, criticising Lord of the Rings of Power, and House of Dragon over their casting choices. And once again, completely missing the point. Completely missing the point. Absolutely, unequivocally. And this would be the same kind of individual that if, say, there was, a swap out of a casting choice for, say, a black person to a white person, that she'd be up in arms saying it's racism. We know this because we know the kind of brain cells that she has that's functioning, and what she has said in the past, which would indicate unequivocally she would say something like that. Again, just total nonsense, really. But again, like I say, once again, completely missing the point as to exactly why fans, and this is the thing, why fans, right? The Lord of the Rings. Why the fans aren't too happy with the casting choices. And they're well justified. Now, with respect to House of Dragon, it's fairly justified as well, because the Targaryens and Valerians are all incestuous, right? So to have sort of, pigment offshoots from incestuous groups of people is quite unusual. Wouldn't really make any sense. Like, we can all agree on that, right? Like, to be massively inbred, be difficult to have different complexions somehow. But anyway, some fans on social media have called out the series on Prime Video and HBO for becoming woke and showing people of colour in the fantasy worlds originally created by J.R.R. Tolkien and George R.R. Martin. So on the premiere episode of The View, season 26, Goldberg put the racist trolls on blasts on the Hot Topics table. Here we go, ladies and gents. Are you ready for these really big-brained takes from this dunce? I want to start by saying these are not real, okay? Goldberg started. The new Lord of the Rings series and the Rings of Power and Game of Thrones prequel, House of the Dragon, are both massive hits. But they don't exist in the real world, okay? There are no dragons. There are no hobbits, you know. You know that. Yes, Whoopi. We all know that. Yes. Goldberg added, "Are you telling me black people can't be fake people too?" That's insane sentence structure. I don't know if there's a Hobbit club. I don't know if they're going to protest. But people, what is wrong with y'all? Sonny Hostin chimed in, saying that the troll's argument is that it betrays the source material. It does. It's not... It's a fact. She also added that she's been loving seeing Stephen Toussaint on House of Dragon. He's been good. Like, he has been good. It still doesn't... You can have a good actor, and you can acknowledge that they're a good actor and they're good in the role, but you can also go, well, it doesn't make much sense if everyone's supposed to be inbred, because it doesn't. what I think is fascinating is dragons are okay, fire-breathing dragons and people with white hair that are born like that when they're little and violet eyes. But the black people in it is just a bridge too far, Hostin added. Again, no. Such a weak argument. Goldberg reminded the trolls that they were going to lose their minds when they see the new The Little Mermaid, which will be portrayed by Halle Bailey. There are mermaids of every ilk, and you know why there can be? Because it's the world that we would like to see better. We would like to see as many people represented in fantasy, so all of y'all who have problems because there are black hobbits, get a job. Go find yourself because you are focused on the wrong stuff. Says Whoopie Goldberg, renowned racist herself, making anti-Semitic comments and things like this that she had to leave the show for. I mean, you're a moron. She made comments about Hitler and the bloody Holocaust. She's such a fool. Goodness me. The View, if you had any sense of brains, you would not have this person rallying over these kind of things ever again. Because it's an incredibly bad look. Now, on the topic of The Little Mermaid, that was actually taken from a fairy tale. So that's technically cultural appropriation anyway, which individuals like this are so quick to point out. It's this nonsense American culture, and I know when I say that, lots of people are like, it's not American, it's progressive or leftist or this kind of stuff. But this is predominantly an American import. This was sort of culturally nurtured in the States and then imported over to other places where you cultural appropriation this and blah 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 that, and just no, go away. So again, Whoopi Goldberg, notorious big brain activity, making just the best argument I've ever seen. Yes, everyone who doesn't like it, they're just all racist. Well done. Round of applause for Whoopi Goldberg, everyone. Well done. Well done, Whoopi.